Hi, this is Rev Wayne Sills for Course of Miracles. How you doing? Hope things are well. Good. Okay. Now, uh, 1/11/68. That's my birthday. Today is the 11th, and today's today's my birthday lesson. Okay. Big deal. My meaningless thoughts are showing me a meaningless world. My meaningless thoughts are showing me a meaningless world. That's today's lesson. We're gonna play the lesson. We're gonna play some songs. We're gonna play some this. We're gonna play some that. We're going to start out with the text of course, and then we're going to move back here into the lesson. That's okay with everyone. Start out with a little birthday song for me. Happy birthday to me. Happy birthday to me.
Boom, boom, birthday, boom, boom, birthday, happy birthday, boom, happy birthday, boom, happy birthday, boom, birthday to you, boom, happy birthday, boom, happy birthday, boom, to you, birthday, 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 a happy birthday, boom, happy birthday, boom, happy birthday, to you, boom, happy birthday. Happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday.
The altar of God, the atonement, can only be accepted within you by releasing the inner light. Since the separation, defenses have been used almost entirely to defend against the atonement and thus maintain the separation. This is generally seen as a need to protect the body. The many body fantasies in which minds engage arise from the distorted belief that the body can be used as a means for attaining atonement. Perceiving the body as a temple is only the first step in correcting this distortion, because it alters only part of it. It does recognize that atonement in physical terms is impossible. The next step, however, is to realize that a temple is not a structure at all. Its true holiness lies at the inner altar around which the structure is built. The emphasis on beautiful structures is a sign of the fear of atonement and an unwillingness to reach the altar itself. The real beauty of the temple cannot be seen with the physical eye. Spiritual sight, on the other hand, cannot see the structure at all because it is perfect vision. It can, however, see the altar with perfect clarity. For perfect effectiveness, the atonement belongs at the center of the inner altar, where it undoes the separation and restores the wholeness of the mind. Before the separation, the mind was invulnerable to fear, because fear did not exist. Both the separation and the fear are miscreations that must be undone for the restoration of the temple, and for the opening of the altar to receive the atonement. This heals the separation by placing within you the one effective defense against all separation thoughts, and making you perfectly invulnerable. The acceptance of the atonement by everyone is only a matter of time. This may appear to contradict free will because of the inevitability of the final decision, but this is not so. You can temporize and you are capable of enormous procrastination, but you cannot depart entirely from your Creator, who set the limits on your ability to miscreate. An imprisoned will engenders a situation which, in the extreme, becomes altogether intolerable. Tolerance for pain may be high, but it is not without limit. Eventually, everyone begins to recognize, however dimly, that there must be a better way. As this recognition becomes more firmly established, it becomes a turning point. This ultimately reawakens spiritual vision, simultaneously weakening the investment in physical sight. The alternating investment in the two levels of perception is usually experienced as conflict, which can become very acute. But the outcome is as certain as God. Spiritual vision literally cannot see error and merely looks for atonement. All solutions the physical eye seeks dissolve. Spiritual vision looks within and recognizes immediately that the altar has been defiled and needs to be repaired and protected. Perfectly aware of the right defense, it passes over all others, looking past error to truth. Because of the strength of its vision, it brings the mind into its service. This reestablishes the power of the mind and makes it increasingly unable to tolerate delay, realizing that it only adds unnecessary pain. As a result, the mind becomes increasingly sensitive to what it would once have regarded as very minor intrusions of discomfort. The children of God are entitled to the perfect comfort that comes from perfect trust. Until they achieve this, they waste themselves and their true creative powers on useless attempts to make themselves more comfortable by inappropriate means. But the real means are already provided and do not involve any effort at all on their part. The atonement is the only gift that is worthy of being offered at the altar of God because of the value of the altar itself. It was created perfect and is entirely worthy of receiving perfection. God and His creations are completely dependent on each other. He depends on them because He created them perfect. He gave them His peace so they could not be shaken and could not be deceived. Whenever you are afraid you are deceived, and your mind cannot serve the Holy Spirit, this starves you by denying your daily bread. God is lonely without His sons, and they are lonely without Him. They must learn to look upon the world as a means of healing the separation. The atonement is the guarantee that they will ultimately succeed.
Lesson 11. My meaningless thoughts are showing me a meaningless world. This is the first idea we have had that is related to a major phase of the correction process, the reversal of the thinking of the world. It seems as if the world determines what you perceive. Today's idea introduces the concept that your thoughts determine the world you see. Be glad indeed to practice the idea in its initial form, for in this idea is your release made sure. The key to forgiveness lies in it. The practice periods for today's idea are to be undertaken somewhat differently from the previous ones. Begin with your eyes closed and repeat the idea slowly to yourself. Then, open your eyes and look about, near and far, up and down, anywhere. During the minute or so to be spent in using the idea, merely repeat it to yourself, being sure to do so without haste and with no sense of urgency or effort. To do these exercises for maximum benefit, the eyes should move from one thing to another fairly rapidly, since they should not linger on anything in particular. The words, however, should be used in an unhurried, even leisurely fashion. The introduction to this idea in particular should be practiced as casually as possible. It contains the foundation for the peace, relaxation, and freedom from worry that we are trying to achieve. On concluding the exercises, close your eyes and repeat the idea once more, slowly, to yourself. 3 practice periods today will probably be sufficient. However, if there is little or no uneasiness and an inclination to do more, as many as 5 may be undertaken. More than this is not recommended.
Okay. That was lesson 11. My meaningless thoughts are showing me a meaningless world. Alrighty. Okay. Let's get to it, shall we? My meaningless thoughts are showing me a meaningless world. Well, since the world is a creation of our thoughts, well, then our thoughts are meaningless. They have no meaning except means that we would give it. We're not filled with innate meaning ourselves. Well, then, yeah, the world is meaningless. I mean, especially since our minds that have this so-called meaning that we're giving is part of the world. It too being created by other thoughts, which was created by other thoughts, which created by other thoughts and other thoughts, and so on and so on and so on.
Lesson 11. My meaningless thoughts are showing me a meaningless world. This is the first idea we have had that is related to a major phase of the correction process, the reversal of the thinking of the world.
Cool. We're about to get into the reversal of the thinking of the world. Always a big deal.
It seems as if the world determines what you perceive. Today's idea introduces the concept that your thoughts determine the world you see. Be glad indeed to practice the idea in its initial form, for in this idea is your release made sure. The key to forgiveness lies in it.
The key to forgiveness. The key to forgiveness lies. In the concept that determines the world that we see. It determines the world that we see. Our release is made sure. Our release. Our absolute forgiveness from the moment. Our inability to stay in the negativity because we are pushed into positivity by forgiveness, by the key to forgiveness, which is that idea, that reversal.
The practice periods for today's idea are to be undertaken somewhat differently from the previous ones. Begin with your eyes closed and repeat the idea slowly to yourself. Then, open your eyes and look about, near and far, up and down, anywhere. During the minute or so to be spent in using the idea, merely repeat it to yourself, being sure to do so without haste and with no sense of urgency or effort. To do these exercises for maximum benefit, the eyes should move from one thing to another fairly rapidly, since they should not linger on anything in particular.
Once again, always remember one thing is like another. No one thing is more important than another. One thing to another. One thing to the next.
The words, however, should be used in an unhurried, even leisurely fashion. The introduction to this idea in particular should be practiced as casually as possible. It contains the foundation for the peace, relaxation, and freedom from worry that we are trying to achieve. On concluding the exercises, close your eyes and repeat the idea once more, slowly, to yourself. 3 practice periods today will probably be sufficient. However, if there is little or no uneasiness and an inclination to do more, as many as 5 may be undertaken. More than this is not recommended.
All right. This is very, 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 very practical lesson. There's not much theory here in terms of direct theory here in terms of talk about is to just do it. The reversal of the thing is this is just reversing the world. You have to do it, and the concepts will be shown to you, will be revealed to you. You're looking around you, and you're realizing where what has happened is coming from. Who's doing what to you? Is the person around you doing to you the things that are happening to you? And is it and no matter what is happening to you, is it sane if you think it's happening to you? And no matter how stupid it looks and how crazy it looks, is it crazy if you know the nature of the action itself? If you know the reality of the choices you're making and the nature of the choices being made by others, then you are not, then you're at peace. And that is sanity. That's the key to forgive the situation you're in. So do the lesson. Do the lesson. My meaningless thoughts are showing me a meaningless world. There's a certain level of peace in that too, because you could just lay back. Well, my thoughts are meaningless. The world that it's creating is meaningless. I'm going to just run, floating around in my meaningless world I'm creating for myself. I have nothing to worry about. Because I know everyone else is going through the same thing. So, gents and ladies, I'm going to leave you with that today. It's a shorter run than usual. But as the course goes on, especially the workbook of the course, and this is a year through the workbook, I'll be reading the text every day. But as we go through the workbook, sometimes I'm going to leave you with the practicing of the course, the doing of the course. Sometimes there's a lot of theory to talk about, even in the workbook. And me, I'll always talk. But mainly because it's also my birthday today, and I'd like to take it off. I do a lot of chatting with other people, my friends today, my family. Also, because this lesson, if you read it before you know it, you're done reading it. There's a lot of doing today. It says right off the bat here, the practice periods of today's idea are to be undertaken somewhat differently than the previous ones. Just do what Jesus tells you to do. When in doubt, do. Do the course. Don't do an effort. You don't have to do anything in that sense. Don't make an effort. Don't grind away at it. But keep in mind, this is very important. That this is just a giant song. And every time you engage in this course, you're engaging in music. Allow it to play over and over and over and over again in your head until your consciousness has been raised. Okay. I'm going to leave you with a little something I don't normally do, but it's something I want to play on my. But it's consider a little birthday present, a little gift of comedy. One of my favorites, Pete Holmes, his little spiritual angles to most of his material. At least I feel he does, at least. And I'm going to leave you with it, and I'm going to play a little outdoor, play a little out music, and then I'll say goodbye. All right, so gents and ladies, thanks so much for stopping by today. I hope I helped you a little bit. Hope the text of the day helps you out, and the lesson of the day. Do the lesson, lesson 11. Lesson my meaningless thoughts show me a meaningless world. Meaningless is not bad. Remember, it's not nihilism. It's just me. It doesn't show you the meaning that you think it has. There's meaning there, but you're not gonna see it if you're blocking everything with your meaning. It's not your meaning. It's God's meaning. There's meaning there, just not your meaning. It's God's meaning. You get it? All right.
What is a nightmare? I just have a bunch of questions for you guys. What is a nightmare? Let's figure this out. What is a nightmare? A nightmare is you scaring you. It's hot you-on-you action. What the fuck? I had a dream the other night, a nightmare. I was walking down a hallway. I made the hallway. I saw a box. I made the box. I thought, hey, what's in that box? Didn't know. Opened it. It was overflowing with cobras. And they attacked me. I made the box. I made the cobras. I asked. I said, what's in the box? Brad Pitt style. What's in the box? But your brain is a fucking asshole. And it was like, no, don't tell him. I want to see what he does. He? What he? Us? You want to see what us does? Because your brain is an asshole. Yeah, I said it. Your brain is an asshole. It doesn't love you all the time. Think about it. Your brain could make you happy all of the time for no reason whatsoever. Any moment it wants to. It has all the ingredients. Dopamine, adrenaline, endorphins. It's all up there. Your brain is just a withholding piece of shit. It has the good stuff sequestered in the corner. Like, you want to feel good? Yeah? You want to feel real nice? Go for a jog. Fuck you! Give me the goods, because I'm the commander-in-chief. That's an order! But it won't, because your brain's a dick. But I'm a silly, silly fun boy, right? And one of the reasons is I've recalibrated my brain to reward me for the things I am doing, not the things I could be doing. And that's what I think you should do. That's one of the keys to happiness. Love yourself for what you are doing, not what you could be doing. Too many people, too many people are going around waiting for something phenomenal, like I'll love me when I discover a new body of water. That's when Steve will love Steve. Like, we found him, Steve. We found all of them. So, what's that? That's Lake Michigan. The search continues. Love yourself for what you are doing. That's what I do. Like the other night, I was sleeping and I discovered a new sleeping position. I wasn't planning on this. I was just improvising. And I discovered a new one, on the stomach 4. That'll put you deep on the stomach 4. And I knew I had done something by my own standards. So I woke myself up from a deep sleep to lift my head off the pillow and go, you're killing it, and went back to bed. Endorphins, 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 endorphins.
Okay, Jason Liz. Well, thank you very much for coming by. Happy day, happy week. I will see you tomorrow, actually. I'll be back tomorrow for lesson 12. Until then, peace.